Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker, more unstable, or slower with each passing year, even though you're not doing anything wrong? As we age, maintaining strong legs isn't just about staying active, it's about staying independent. The strength in your legs determines whether you can get up from a chair without help, walk safely without falling, or even live in your own home without needing a caregiver. But what many seniors don't realize is that some of the most common everyday habits, things you've probably done for years, are quietly eating away at your leg strength. This isn't just about stiffness or occasional pain. This is about losing your mobility, your freedom, and eventually your dignity. As someone who's seen it time and time again in friends, patients, and loved ones, I must warn you, these five habits are slowly destroying your legs. And the worst part, you may not even know you're doing them. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Sitting too long without moving. It starts so simply. A quiet morning spent in your favorite chair, an afternoon watching television, an evening reading, or doing puzzles at the table. These peaceful moments, often cherished in retirement, become part of a comforting daily routine. But hidden beneath this calm lies a silent thief: inactivity. When you sit for long periods without moving, your body begins to forget how to move well. Your leg muscles may, once strong and capable, start to weaken. The longer they go unused, the faster they deteriorate. Blood circulation slows, especially to the lower limbs. Your joints begin to stiffen, your flexibility shrinks, and soon enough, rising from a chair isn't as easy as it used to be. Many older adults mistake this slow decline for normal aging, but the truth is far more urgent. This is preventable decay caused by too much stillness. Research shows that older adults who remain sedentary for extended hours each day are at significantly higher risk of falls, fractures, and permanent loss of mobility. Sitting too long isn't just about weak legs, it's about losing your ability to stand, walk, and live independently. It might not seem dangerous to sit through a long movie or spend a rainy day indoors, but every hour you stay seated without movement sends a signal to your muscles. We don't need you anymore. Over time, your muscles listen. They shrink. They atrophy. And they stop protecting you the way they once did. This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. You simply need to stand up and move regularly. Just 2 minutes of standing and walking every 30 minutes can spark blood flow, maintain muscle tone, and preserve the strength that keeps you steady on your feet. It's not about exercise. It's about choosing not to let your body fall asleep on you. Because once your legs weaken too far, it becomes a long, painful road to rebuild them, if that's even possible. The choice to stand, stretch, or take a few steps today may be the very thing that helps you stay out of a wheelchair tomorrow. So ask yourself, how often are you giving your legs a reason to stay strong? And as you consider that, let's move on to a second habit, one that's just as damaging, but far more deceptive. And it hides behind a mask of fear. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Avoiding strength exercises out of fear. It's a quiet fear that settles into many older adults as they age. The fear of falling, the fear of getting hurt, the fear that one wrong move could take away what little strength remains. So we play it safe. We avoid certain movements. We stop bending too low, stop climbing stairs, Stop doing anything that might cause discomfort or imbalance. But what we don't realize is that by trying to protect ourselves, we may be speeding up our own physical decline. This fear, though understandable, slowly strips away the very strength that keeps us independent. Every time you hesitate to lift your leg a little higher or to push up from your chair without help, your muscles lose memory. Your body gets the message. We no longer need power here. And so it fades. The truth is, strength doesn't disappear overnight. It leaks out quietly, year after year, unless you actively fight to preserve it. After age 60, our muscles begin to naturally weaken, a process called sarcopenia, and it's relentless. Without resistance or effort, you can lose up to 15% of your muscle mass each decade. For your legs, that means you slowly lose the very foundation that keeps you upright and safe. But here's the powerful truth many seniors never hear. You can rebuild what you've lost. No matter your age, your muscles are capable of growth. You don't need heavy weights or a gym. Gentle strength exercises like standing leg lifts, sit to stand from a sturdy chair, or light resistance bands can awaken your leg muscles in ways that protect your balance and prevent devastating falls. And let's be honest, a fall in your 30s is a bruise. A fall in your 70s can be a hip fracture, surgery, months of rehab, or even losing the ability to walk altogether. That's not fear mongering, that's fact. And the very thing you're avoiding out of fear, movement, is what can save you. We must stop thinking of strength as something for athletes or younger people. Strength is survival. It's the ability to carry groceries, to get out of bed without assistance, to walk into your kitchen and make your own breakfast. Without it, your world gets smaller. With it, your world stays yours. So don't be afraid to move. Be afraid of what happens when you don't. And while the body needs movement to stay strong, there's one silent destroyer that weakens your legs in an even more subtle way. And you might be sipping it, or rather not sipping it, every single day. 3. Not drinking enough water. You may not feel thirsty. In fact, many older adults don't. As we age, our sense of thirst naturally diminishes. But don't be fooled. Your body still needs hydration just as much as it did when you were younger. In truth, not drinking enough water is one of the quietest yet most harmful habits that weakens your legs from the inside out. Water is not just something you sip to quench thirst. It is the lifeblood of your muscles, your joints, and your circulation. Every cell in your legs, from the largest thigh muscle to the tiniest nerve ending in your toes, relies on hydration to function, move, and heal. Without enough water, muscles become sluggish and stiff. Cramps set in more easily. Joints lose their lubrication, making each step feel heavier, each movement less fluid. Over time, this leads to chronic pain, reduced mobility, in a disturbing sense that your legs no longer belong to you. For seniors, dehydration often goes unnoticed until it's too late. A slight dizziness, a moment of weakness, or a sudden fall, these are not random events. Often they are the result of underhydrated muscles and poor blood flow, especially in the lower body. Without adequate water, your blood thickens, slowing the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles. This lack of nourishment robs them of strength, resilience, and endurance. Some believe that cutting back on water helps avoid frequent trips to the bathroom, a common concern for those with mobility issues. But the trade-off is far worse. Dehydration increases your risk of urinary tract infections, kidney problems, and even confusion or imbalance, all of which contribute to the growing threat of a fall or hospitalization. The remedy is simple yet life-changing. Drink water deliberately, not just occasionally. Start your day with a glass. Keep a bottle near your favorite chair. Choose water over sugary drinks. Don't wait for thirst. Drink because your legs, your muscles, and your very independence rely on it. Because staying hydrated is not just about comfort, it's about survival. It's about moving through your day with strength, clarity, and stability. And the sooner you reclaim this habit, the sooner your body will thank you. But water isn't the only invisible enemy working against your legs. Sometimes what's under your feet is just as dangerous as what's missing from your glass. Let's talk about what you wear at home and why it could be quietly stealing your balance. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Wearing the wrong shoes indoors. It's a comfort thing, really. You wake up, shuffle into your cozy slippers, or perhaps walk barefoot across the carpeted floor. After all, you're home. Why bother with shoes when you're not going anywhere? But hidden in that simple daily habit is a growing danger, one that most seniors don't recognize until it's too late. Wearing the wrong shoes indoors or no shoes at all is silently compromising your leg strength, your balance, and your long-term mobility. You see, every step you take, even inside your home, sends a message through your legs, your hips, and your spine. Your feet are your foundation. They carry the weight of your life. And just like a house with an unstable base, when that foundation weakens, everything above it starts to shift, strain, and suffer. Slippers, while warm and familiar, often offer little to no support. Their soles are soft, their structure is flimsy, and their grip is poor. Walking barefoot may feel natural, but over time it flattens your arch, misaligns your joints, and strains the muscles of your lower legs. You may not feel the damage immediately, but slowly your knees begin to ache, your hips tighten, and your sense of balance begins to falter. The danger grows with each passing day. One small slip on the kitchen tile or an unexpected twist on the hallway rug can lead to a fall. And for older adults, one fall is all it takes to change everything: a fractured hip, a hospital stay, or a loss of independence. What began as an innocent habit can quickly become the turning point in a life once full of movement. But there's hope in awareness. Wearing proper supportive shoes inside your home isn't about formality or discomfort. It's about preserving your leg alignment, supporting your arches, improving your posture, and most importantly, keeping you upright and confident. Good shoes act like strong roots. They anchor you, help distribute your weight properly, and reduce strain on the muscles that hold you steady. Your legs were built to carry you through life. Don't weaken them from the ground up. Protect them starting where they meet the floor. And while your shoes may shape your steps, there's something else just as critical, something that controls how far, how freely, and how confidently your legs can actually move. Let's talk about flexibility and why ignoring it may be the one mistake that takes your strength away for good. 5. Neglecting stretching and flexibility. There's a quiet stiffness that creeps in as we age, the kind that doesn't arrive overnight, but little by little. You might notice it when you bend down to tie your shoes or try to swing your leg into the car. You pause, feel that tug in your hips or knees, and think, maybe I'm just getting old. But what if that creeping tightness wasn't simply age? What if it's something you could change, something you're allowing by not doing one simple thing every day? Neglecting to stretch. It sounds so harmless, so easy to overlook. After all, stretching isn't dramatic like lifting weights or walking laps. It doesn't feel like real exercise. But make no mistake, failing to stretch regularly is one of the most underestimated reasons your legs lose their strength, coordination, and confidence. Without flexibility, your muscles shorten, your tendons tighten, Your joints begin to lock into limited patterns, and when your legs no longer move through their full range, your balance suffers. Your stride shortens. Your steps become cautious, uncertain. Eventually, you stop trusting your own body. The result isn't just physical, it's emotional. You begin turning down outings. You avoid stairs. You hesitate to walk on uneven ground. Not because you can't, but because your legs don't feel like they once did. They feel stiff, unreliable, foreign. And when you stop moving fully, you start living less fully too. But it doesn't have to be this way. Just 10 minutes a day of gentle stretching, even while seated, can begin to reverse this slow decline. Simple movements to lengthen your calves, stretch your hamstrings, rotate your ankles. These small acts restore blood flow, lubricate your joints, and remind your body that it still belongs to you. Stretching isn't about becoming flexible like a gymnast. It's about maintaining the freedom to move with ease, safety, and confidence. The beautiful thing about flexibility is that it can return. The body responds quickly to care, even in your 70s, 80s, or 90s. All it needs is your attention. So don't wait until your legs feel like rusty hinges. Move them gently. Stretch them daily. Give them the chance to breathe, to open, to move the way they were meant to. Because now that you know how stretching protects your legs, there's one final truth we must face: the cost of ignoring all 5 of these habits and what it could mean for the rest of your life. 6. Why this matters more than ever at your age. At this stage of life, your time, your choices, and your movements carry more meaning than ever before. Every step you take is no longer just about getting from one place to another. It's about holding on to something far more precious: your independence. That quiet dignity of doing things on your own, of getting out of bed in the morning without help, of walking through your home without fear, of enjoying the simple freedom of going where you want, when you want, without needing permission, assistance, or apology. That's why this matters, not because your legs are failing you, but because your daily habits might be slowly taking your strength away without you even noticing. At a younger age, the body forgives. It bounces back from neglect. But after 60, the rules begin to change. Muscles fade faster. Recovery takes longer. A single fall can lead to months of rehab, or a complete loss of the independence you've worked your whole life to protect. Leg strength is not just about muscle. It's about mobility, balance, confidence, and control. And yet, many of us unknowingly trade those things for convenience, comfort, or caution. We sit too long. We stop moving out of fear. We forget to stretch, to hydrate, to support our bodies properly. And then, one day, we find ourselves afraid to walk across the room, not because we're old, but because we let our strength slip away, unnoticed. But here's the truth that still gives you power. It's not too late. Not now. Not even if you're 70, 80, or beyond. The body is still listening. It's still capable of rebuilding, of growing stronger, of responding to care. Every choice you make today, to stand, to stretch, to walk, to nourish your muscles, is a choice to stay in charge of your own life. Because aging isn't the loss of strength, it's the loss of use. And you still have time to change that. Hold on to your legs, and you hold on to your freedom. 7. You still have time if you start today. There's a comforting truth I wish more people in their later years would believe. It's not too late, not even close. No matter how long you've spent sitting too much, avoiding movement, or feeling weaker than you used to, you still have time. Your body is still listening, still waiting for you to give it a reason to respond. And the moment you decide to move with purpose, even in small, gentle ways, the healing begins. The beauty of the human body, especially in older age, isn't in how fast it can go or how much it can lift. It's in its resilience, its quiet ability to recover, to strengthen, to restore when treated with consistent care. You may not regain the legs you had at 30, but you can absolutely build stronger, steadier, more reliable legs today than you had last month if you choose to start now. You don't need perfection. You don't need long workouts or a complicated plan. What you need is commitment, a willingness to honor your legs each day with movement, with stretches, with supportive choices. Stand a little more often. Walk a little farther. Drink a little more water. Choose better shoes. Stretch without rushing. These may seem like small decisions, but in the life of someone over 60, small decisions are what shape the years ahead. Because the real threat isn't your age, it's waiting. Waiting until your legs are too weak to rebuild. Waiting until your balance is gone. Waiting until someone else makes decisions for your body, your care, your life. And none of us want that. You've lived long enough to know that independence is worth protecting, that freedom is precious, and that dignity isn't something handed to you. It's something you preserve through action. Taking care of your legs today is one of the most powerful ways to hold on to that dignity tomorrow. So if you're reading this and thinking it's too late, it isn't. If you're wondering whether it's worth it, it is. And if you're waiting for a sign to begin, this is it. Start today, not because you must, but because you still can. That's the gift of now. That's the strength still waiting inside you. And as we close this journey, there's one final truth I've learned over a lifetime. The difference between those who age well and those who don't is rarely luck. Let me tell you what it really is. The quiet choice that changes everything. In all my years, through decades of observing how people grow older, friends, patients, strangers, even myself, I've come to see a truth that never fails. Aging well is not an accident. It's not about having good genes. It's not about luck. It's about choice. Small, quiet, daily choices that build strength, preserve dignity, and protect freedom. There is a moment, and perhaps that moment is now, when we each must decide who we want to be in the years we have left. Do we surrender to the slow unraveling of the body, accepting pain, weakness, and dependence as just part of aging? Or do we rise in quiet defiance, choosing to move, to stretch, to care for this body that has carried us through a lifetime? The legs you stand on today have taken you through love, loss, hard work, laughter, heartbreak, long nights, and bright mornings. They are not just limbs. They are witnesses to your life, and they deserve your attention now more than ever. Yes, aging brings challenges. Yes, there are days the body feels unfamiliar, but within you still lives the power to protect what matters most, not by doing anything heroic, but by doing the small things with intention. Stand when it's easier to sit. Move when you'd rather stay still. Drink water when you forget to. Choose shoes that support you. Stretch because it matters. These aren't just habits, they are quiet acts of resistance against decline. They are declarations that you are not done yet. And let me tell you, the people who age with strength, with grace, with fire still in their eyes, are the ones who choose to. Not because it's easy, not because they always feel like it, but because they know that each day is a chance to hold on to life a little more tightly, to walk with steadier feet, and to show the world and themselves that strength doesn't have an expiration date. So if you're wondering whether any of this truly matters, let me say this as clearly as I can. Yes, it matters. You matter. And what you choose today will shape the way you live tomorrow. You're not too old, it's not too late, and this journey isn't over. Make the quiet choice. the one that changes everything. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with senior health tips. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.